Hey, good morning, Jacques. How are you?
I'm doing outstanding. I'm talking to Garth Brooks.
Entering his second year as the LSU head football coach.
It was the only way I could get a foot in the door.
Joined by the icon, Kim Mulkey. Hey, Coach, great to see you.
Jacques Talk is sponsored by Cork's Cajun Fried Fish and Shrimp and Kuyon's Cajun Barbecue.
All right, this LSU softball team has many leaders, but if you could pick one face of the team, it might be Taylor Pleasant. She's in her 5th year, really, with the program. And Taylor, thanks for taking some time to visit with us today.
Thanks for having me.
So you're on your stretch run here. Let's talk about this past weekend. So you really, guys, kind of really turned it on, and that's the kind of postseason ball you want to play. In particular, the 2 wins against Southern Illinois.
Yeah, I think it's a great spot for us to be in going into Super Regionals now. Just us finding our stride again, finding what works, and just being confident in each other.
I know when you're a hitter, sometimes you go through stretches where you feel like you make good contact and you don't get a hit, somebody makes a catch, or there's some bad luck, and then when things are going well, you might hit a 5 chopper and get on, right?
Yeah.
But really, you made solid contact this past weekend. 2 very pivotal home runs. I think Saturday in particular, to play from ahead is a big help to your team.
Yeah, anytime we can score runs early for our pitchers, they like to throw a lot more freely when we do that, and it gives them the confidence to trust their stuff more. They don't have to try and perfectly pinpoint a certain spot on a pitch. So definitely just helping the team out in that aspect.
Then on Sunday, no doubt about it, right? I mean, to score 9 runs as a team, I guess you can talk about it now, but certainly I knew it was a storyline. Well, they're in the same spot they were a year ago, right, where you only needed to win 1 out of 2 games, but you didn't want to be in the sun too long. Let's play 1 game, let's get out of here and finish it up.
Yeah, for sure. We talked about it before the game that, we know we have an extra game if we need it, but that's not going to be our mindset. Our mindset's going to be play 1 game, get out, move on, and just continue to play for each other, find the passion, find the joy in it, and just keep going.
We were just talking to Keontae here, the sports information director. You were very highly ranked in some all-time numbers when it comes to home runs and RBI and slugging percentage, games played. We can go on and on. But do you think about those things much, or are you just all about getting to Oklahoma City at this point?
No, I don't think any of the stats matter if we end up in Oklahoma City. I've had, the worst stats of my career this year, and we're the closest we've been. So just excited to continue to play. The dream of getting to Oklahoma City, so close, but so far. Just continuing to do everything we can, disregarding the stats and just continuing to play for each other.
Looking back on your first year, 2020, when COVID canceled the year, I've heard before that they've been chasing 2020 all this time because you started so fast and that team looked so special. I look at the numbers. You and Raylene Gutierrez on that team were both hitting the cover off the ball. I think you were both around 400 batting to start the year. But what about the journey with you, Raylene, Allie Newland, who else?
Sierra Briggs.
Sierra Briggs, yeah.
Me, Ray, and Sierra all came in together, and we were freshmen freshman roommates at Nicholson, and ever since then we've been roommates the whole time. So definitely a special moment for us to continue to see each other grow, and just in all aspects, especially in life. We've obviously seen each other grow on the field, but they're just such special people, people I'm probably never going to stop hanging out with, but definitely lifetime friends. But it's exciting to see where we've been and where we're going.
Raylene has put up the biggest numbers of her career by far in terms of home run and RBI and those kind of things. What have you seen out of her this year that has allowed her to have this great finish? And it seems like when I'm doing the highlights, so many of these base knocks are coming with 2 outs too.
Yeah, I think with her, it's her confidence. She's gained so much confidence over this past summer. Going into the fall, we said it multiple times that she's had the best fall she's ever had out of anyone here. And she's just continued to build on that. It's great hitting in front of her or behind her, whether she protects me or I protect her. It works out well. She's come through a lot lately, hoping that continues. But she's just been a great person to be around on the field and off the field.
Allie Newland, I think over at LSU they call her the manship legend. She's graduated in mass communications. I had a small chat with her on the field before the game, and I think she couldn't go to graduation.
Yeah.
You guys obviously were busy. But I think she's going to be an outstanding broadcaster when she gets into this. She's very well spoken, very intelligent, great leader. What's it been like to play with Allie?
I think she pushes us in all aspects of life. She's definitely a great softball player, will hustle all the time. She never really does anything wrong. No matter what we're talking about, no matter what we're doing, she's always doing something for someone else. She's the most selfless person. She embodies all the Tigers traits perfectly. She's been great for us. She leads us in every aspect. She makes us better people, better players, and everything.
Yeah. And Sierra has been the Gold Glove winner, but certainly Allie, I don't know if it's the catch of the year, but the catch at the SEC tournament was pretty amazing that she made.
Yeah, both of them really push us on defense in multiple ways. Like, they change the way we practice for sure.
Sierra, the job that she's done as well in the outfield, at the plate, what's it been like to be her teammate?
It's been amazing. She is one of the most intense people on game days that I have ever met, and practice days too. Like, she practices with this aura that, like, you cannot find anywhere else. Like, she is so set in, locked in on her goals, and she's going to achieve them. But it's been amazing. She's been a great teammate, great person, great roommate. In all aspects, she's a great all-around person.
This team as a whole, so you start 24-0. There was the win against the number 1 seed in the country, right?
Yes.
Texas here on a weekday, an amazing spring day for LSU softball and winning that game. Then some up and downs, although your schedule is pretty murderous when you've got to go to Tennessee, to Florida, places like that. So you were right on the cusp of hosting that 8-9 spot there. You ended up at the 9 spot. So nothing you can do about it now, but go out to Stanford and try to win 2 games.
Yeah, for sure. They have a great team, great pitcher in Nyjah Kennedy. I got to play with her last summer. She is definitely a competitor and will be very difficult to face, but I'm sure we're up for the challenge. We have a whole bunch of stuff planned out this week for hitting, so we'll try and get it done.
One of your new teammates, Kelly Lynch, a little inside softball. I'm just going through the box scores last year. She's played against Kennedy.
Yep.
And I think in one game went 4 for 4, if I'm not mistaken.
That's what we've heard.
So I'm not going to say that's going to happen again, but you do have at least a teammate who has gone up against this young lady on several occasions and can kind of give you some advice of what to look for, I would think.
Yeah, for sure. That's part of her and her leadership. She brings it in so many different ways. That is obviously one of them that we're going to need soon. But just her leadership, the way she talks to people, preparing us, getting us ready for whatever we need, she's going to be there and she's going to do it for us.
And just how do you approach taking on a pitcher like that? I mean, it seems like that you guys are scoring runs and you've found your offense, but the pitcher dictates more than any person in the sport, right? Baseball, softball, whatever.
I think it'll be more of the long run. Like, we're going to strike out. We're going to swing at a few balls over our head. Like, her stuff is just that good. But I think just staying with the process, still trying to get our swing off at a good pitch, not trying to do too much with it. She supplies a lot of power. So just continuing to stay in it throughout the whole game, whole series, just making adjustments.
What about Coach Beth and her approach with you guys, and what does she instill in you as you make this long trip and the challenge?
She's really made sure that we remember to have fun. Like, it is a game. We need to play the game. We're not working the game. So just the mindset to have going into this, just continue to have fun. Like, the story's already written. Our job is to enjoy the journey. So we're going to enjoy each other's company. Obviously still work hard. Nothing's going to be handed to us. But just have fun, enjoy each other's company. We don't have it for much longer, but just have fun.
I don't want to use the word relax, but is there some weight off your shoulders getting out of a regional, something that didn't happen the last 2 years?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely a weight off of our shoulders. We talked about it a little bit, how getting stuck like that last year, like, it was kind of a shock to everyone. Like, we thought last year, like, we were going to go win the World Series, and for it to end at our own regional was a little upsetting. But hey, now we're on to bigger and better things, moving on. Hopefully still getting to OKC and just having our dreams come true.
The pitching on this team as well, you know, I'm looking up at these All-Americans on the wall up here, and when you had Carly Hoover and some others, Wall Jasper, in the circle, you felt like, you know, it's kind of like when you had Drew Brees going on the field for the Saints. I feel pretty good we're going to win today, you know. And now Sydney has kind of emerged as that next great pitcher in LSU history, I feel like.
Oh, for sure. Her stuff is unbelievable, and I've said this before, but I truly don't understand how people hit her. Like, we've had scrimmages, I've had so many at-bats off of her, I maybe have 1 or 2 hits. Like, her stuff is just crazy good. But it starts with her mindset. Like, she's talked about it a little bit, how she's grown so much from last year to this year, and it shows on the field. Like, she is a competitor. She will do anything for this team. A lot of games, she's like, hey, just score 1 run and I got you. Like, it's that kind of confidence. It's that kind of trust in her teammates and our trust in her that if we score 1 run, she will hold the other team to nothing.
So after all these at-bats you've seen her over the years, nothing's really changed in terms of this is getting easier.
No, it never gets easier off of her.
Yeah, and Lynch did a great job pitching as well. And she came here from Washington as a two-way player, offense and pitching.
Yeah, she's been a force in the circle for sure. The way she complements Sid with their pitches is just a great duo. Like, you can't draw it up more perfectly than that. Like, you got someone spinny and up and then someone hard and down. So it's just perfect. Like, everything we need, we have. So just continuing to put it to work, have fun, and just keep going.
A few more things about you, which I think you told me is your least favorite subject, as we round things up here. But you're a team player. You'd rather talk about other people. But what has 5 years meant to you at LSU? And has it gone by fast or has it gone by slow?
It's meant everything to me. It's everything I could have dreamt it to be. Like, there's been a lot of ups and downs, but all the downs have forced me to grow in different ways. Like, if we would have gone to the World Series every single year, then that would be our end goal. But now it's more of like, now I get to grow as a person. Like, how can I be better here and there? Because whenever you're not just focused on softball, it forces you to focus on yourself more. So you grow in multiple ways. But I definitely think it has gone by fast and slow at the same time, if that's possible. Looking back, it feels fast, but then going through everything, it seems so slow. This season has definitely flown by. But hey, time flies when you're having fun, right?
Yeah, and I think it'll make you appreciate things more this year, whatever happens, right?
Yeah.
If you come in and win a national championship your first year, that can be hard to follow up.
Yeah, then everything's an upset.
Yeah. And just, what about what's next after this year? You know, there's been some talk about some coaching perhaps or some other things. What do you think is next?
Yeah, so this summer I'll be playing with Team USA in Japan for their All-Star Series again. Very excited about that. Then hopefully get drafted by a pro team, play some more ball, and then I'll be coming back here as a GA next year.
Okay, so we're ready to put that out. I've heard about that, perhaps, so it's official. You'll be grad assistant.
It is. I will be here. I'm not leaving yet.
Okay, so that's the spot Kilponen's got right now.
Yes.
Right. Okay. How's that going to be, you think? Are you going to tell somebody what to do and then be like,
They
look.
always joke with me about that. They're like, what's Coach Taylor going to be like? Is she going to be mean? I'm like, I mean, if you ask me to be. Like, it depends on you.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I'm excited for it.
And I think you've also set a great example on campus in terms of your faith and the things you believe in, and those are always been strong pillars of your life and who you are.
Absolutely. It's the reason why I play. Whenever you talk to athletes, they always have a why for why they continue to play and why they push themselves past limits they didn't know they had. And mine is to spread joy. So I feel most comfortable doing it on the field with a smile on my face, of course, but just enjoying the time, enjoying all the gifts that God's given me, all the blessings, and just having fun with friends.
All right. I think you have to lift some weights next, right?
I do.
All right.
Yep.
Taylor Pleasance, thank you so much for the conversation, and best of luck in Stanford.
Thank you.